When I look at our history and I look at our tradition, it gives me so much pride to be able to be the athletic director here at the University of San Francisco. There are a number of different schools out there that have, multiple national championships. We're one of them.
The Dons' 26 straight victories in 1955 with their home games played at Kezar Pavilion and the San Francisco Cow Palace culminated in the NCAA championship.
To me, the 55 team was just close to unique because they're all local kids.
I think Phil Wilpert and Ross Judici, our coaches, were a big part of that bigger responsibility to put us all together and to make us a unit that was almost unbeatable. The thing that it was unselfish, didn't matter whether you were first guard, second guard, or Bill Russell in center.
Bill was a great teammate. I know at halftime he would come to me and say, "You got to shoot more, Stan." And not only because he could guide the ball in, but if I shot the ball, the defenders would have to move around, and that would free him up a little, give him a little space.
The 55-56 team for the University of San Francisco is really one of the most dominant teams of all time in the NCAA history.
When I first got here at USF, seeing the development of the team and the way the students got involved with the whole operation of basketball, and it started to grow. Time I was a sophomore, and I was on a national championship team, and we repeated. It just, I tell you, the pride was there.
Going back-to-back championships and winning 60 in a row, the accomplishment is unbelievable. There aren't many teams through the entire country that have been able to do that other than UCLA.
To reach 60 games, it was awesome. We kept it for a long time. And in the next 2 years, we still got into the NCAAs, went to the Final Four. So that's always been embedded into my being, as the fact is the pride of USF.
The Dons administered their now famous blitz and went on to master the Big Ten champion Iowa squad. And the Dons, for the second straight year, are crowned kings of the National Collegiate Basketball domain.
I want to tell you that I'm very honored and very proud to be standing in front of you today. When we talked earlier in the year about what we were going to do to be giving out some honors, we looked at the 60th anniversary of the championship teams. We wanted to take the opportunity to get them, together in a very private setting. First and foremost because we felt like there was a lot of reuniting and bonding that they needed to do and have the time to do that together as a team with their families and their friends that came with them.
To see him be able to interact with his fellow athletes, fellow team members, it means everything. He's reminiscing, they're sitting back talking about old times, and so many of the guys, it's finally nice to put a name to the face.
Back in 1953-54, I played freshman ball for the University of San Francisco, and Ross Judici was my freshman coach. And it's so nice to have played under Ross, especially freshman ball.
Ross is a very special guy. He touched so many people in our program over the history of his time here. The only person in the history of our program that was responsible for being a part of all three championships, as a player in 49 at the NIT championship, and then both as an assistant coach in 55 and 56.
I learned what the game was about from Ross Judici. It's okay to pass, but make sure you shoot all the time, right?
He took me out of the game and he said, "Stan, do you know how high you got in that last rebound?" I said, "No, I don't, Ross." And he said, "This high." And I want to ask you, how many coaches you've known in the game of basketball that would take you out of a game just to tell you how much you've improved since the start of the season?
I wish we had more time to spend together as a unit. It brings back memories of when we were a team. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had a career. because I always thought that I was going to beat out Russell for center. And he told me after my freshman year, you better think about playing another position.
You know, they made me a coach because these guys are really great people, and I enjoyed them. Can you imagine having Mike Farmer and Bill Russell in one team? And this is a great bunch, and they should be applauded. And I thank you.
To pull all those folks together in a setting that they had the opportunity to reunite, it was really special for me to be a part of that and see the great bond that they still have 60 years later.
It seems to me that it takes something more than just talent to be a national champion, even once, much less twice or 3 times. So you guys had all something different too, something special. But you had something that nobody else had, which is a kind of spirit, kind of pulling together, affection for each other, which you can see still after all this time. And it's sort of amazing to see it, and a great honor to be here with you today. So thanks very much.
To be able to honor a team 60 years later for their accomplishments and have those great students of the University of San Francisco that represented us so well athletically come back and to get the resounding response that they did is really special, and I think it speaks volume to the type of people that they are. And for us, the history and tradition is what we're building our program on, and we will always honor them as many times as we possibly can throughout history, because I think it's something that you can't ever forget and something that we want the legacy to live on for forever and ever.
Just such an honor for me to see him out there, and really knowing how special that team was in terms of breaking race barriers and just other social barriers. I'm super proud.
And tonight we will unveil a jersey to the one and only Ross Judici. Come on over here, Coach.
When you win it, you don't think about what's going to happen 60 years from then, and it's just a tremendous honor.
Well, we started out together and we're still here, good friends, and we've gone through something really special together.